Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to be checking out another video about Switzerland, and this was recommended by V Garner, Profi on Insta. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be saying right now, but you guys can see it on the screen. So thank you for the recommendation. I'm not sure if that's a name. That's probably directed to Instagram. I'm not sure. But nonetheless, we're going to be checking out this video that the person recommended, and it's titled Top 10 Villages of Switzerland, Most Beautiful Swiss Towns, Best Places. So it's a travel guide video. So yeah, let's check it out right now. Thank you for watching. If you have any recommendations, leave those in the comment section down below, or preferably hit that link in the pinned comment section, and you can recommend videos using that Google form, and I'll check them out as soon as possible.
Switzerland, Wonderland, a small country full of surprises and wonderful villages. Whether up in the Alps, by the lake or down in the plains, there are numerous villages that charm with their beautiful atmosphere. Down in the plains, there are numerous villages that charm with their beautiful atmosphere. Although Switzerland being rather a small country, it has a
Dude, what?
atmosphere. Although Switzerland being rather a
Holy smokes. Like, this looks nothing like my dream house. But I live here right now. Holy smokes. Wow. I don't even think you guys understand where I'm coming from. Like, when I think about a home, I'm not thinking about this. I don't know these things exist. Wow, so much stones. Wow.
small country, it has a very diverse landscape, which is why one village may look very different from the other one. Having traveled through plenty of alluring villages this and last year, I'm proud to present you my top 10 list of the most beautiful villages of Switzerland. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Geographic. Switzerland is a country full of beautiful villages such as this one here. To those who are new here, my name is Gemo. I'm a Swiss traveler, mostly posting videos about Switzerland and Southeast Asia. If you like this type of content, then you're right in this channel and you're most welcome to subscribe. But now let's hop right in with number 10, beautiful Gruyère.
That's gotta be good.
Gruyère is a pretty medieval town that appears to be very humble, and yet it has so much to offer. You might be very familiar with the name. Yes, it's the world-famous cheese that is named after this region. In here, many foodie enthusiasts will surely get more than satisfied. Gruyère is well known for its delicacies. Classic cheese fondue à la moitié-moitié or the yummy desserts such as meringues or berries with double cream are definitely a must-try. Being internationally well recognized for its cheese, many of you might be surprised that this region is the home to one of the most beautiful villages of Switzerland. With its many beautiful medieval houses and a castle, Gruyère definitely has its charm. In addition, its unique location on the hill provides you a great view over the surrounding landscape. Great things to do in here are a visit to the Tibet Museum, the HR Giger Museum and the bar, and definitely the Château de Gruyère. The latter is a museum that provides you an insight into the history of this region and furthermore hosts a very pretty garden.
That's cool.
Number 9 is a place that you probably know very well, and that is world-famous Zermatt. World-famous and often named as the most beautiful village of Switzerland, Zermatt definitely well deserves to be on this top 10 list. Zermatt is attracting plenty of visitors, not mainly because of its wonderful core, but because of the iconic peak called the Matterhorn. This is the primary reason why tourists would come up here besides going for skiing. No doubt, this village can proudly claim to be the home to one of the most gorgeous views of all of Switzerland and maybe even of the world. I highly recommend to go up to the Rothorn. From there you'll have a fantastic frontal view on the Matterhorn. Besides, there is also the more famous Gornegra, which can be accessed by train. Just nearby, another great spot marks the Riffelsee. This is that iconic lake that is all over Instagram. Considerable is also the Kleinmatterhorn, which is the highest station to be visited in all of Europe. Apart from the stunning views, do not forget to explore the very well preserved old core of the village. What is also very nice about Zermatt is the fact that it's car-free and only can be accessed by train.
Right.
The only vehicles allowed up there are electric shuttles. Zermatt is basically great to visit during any time of the year. During spring and summer you'll get a nice contrast between the green landscape and the snowy summits. Autumn is great to get a very colorful impression. And during winter, I'd say this town is a come-true fairy tale. Number 8 is the smallest village of Switzerland. It's located in the south in the Italian-speaking part, and that is Goripo.
Goripo. Oh, it's the one that I liked. Dude, the roof is made out of rocks. I'm so sure these are rocks.
I'm very sure that most of you have never heard of this village. Well, there might be a strong explanation for this. Only 12 people live in here. This makes Goripo to the
Move out, it's mine now. I'm just playing. That is crazy. Like, wow. Just 12 people. Wow.
smallest village of Switzerland. Despite being located in the Verzasca Valley, where James Bond GoldenEye was filmed and numerous tourists go every year, yet this village remains rather unnoticed. Because Goripo is a hidden gem and at the same time the smallest village of Switzerland, you should come up here to enjoy the serene atmosphere. Very eye-catching are the many traditional stone houses that are very typical for the canton of Ticino. With only 12 people living up here and the fact that many houses are abandoned, one may be curious about the future of this village. Luckily, some of the abandoned houses are currently under renovation. Basically, the abandoned parts of this village are being converted into a hotel. Besides the very chilling vibes from Goripo...
Yeah, please don't lose it, because I was wondering, he said 12 people, and I was like, 12 people? But it doesn't look like 12 houses to me, so I'm happy that somebody's at least doing something with it, you know, like make some money off of it, keep it going, because I think it's really beautiful.
You may enjoy a great view over the Verzasca Valley. Number 7 is located in the canton of Jura, which is the youngest canton of this country, and that is magical Saint-Ursanne. Welcome to what I call the town of Belle from Beauty and the Beast. Saint-Ursanne appears rather innocent, laying by the river, embedded into the hilly landscape of the canton of Jura. This village feels very serene. The center of the village is very beautiful. There are many old houses that have been well preserved. A must visit are the church and the nearby abbey. Both places are very quiet and furthermore are great motifs for photography. Saint-Ursanne is also on for some great food. Laying by the river, it's not too far-fetched that fish is considered a local specialty. The village is great to be visited during any time of the year. However, I would claim it's best during late spring and snowy winter days.
Really? Okay.
Number 6 is the town of Schellenursli, and that is in beautiful Guarda. We're now moving to the very east of Switzerland, the lower Engadin. Guarda is the hometown of Switzerland's most iconic cartoon figure, the Schellenursli. This town charms with its many painted window frames and edges. The locals call these wall decorations sgraffiti. Guarda basically feels like an open-air museum, as pretty much every house is a great subject for photography. The atmosphere up here is incredibly calm. Definitely a trip to Guarda is going to feel very relaxing. It's great to come here during any time of the year. Definitely a highlight is the Cialanda Marz, which is held on the 1st of March. This is when the local kids will chase away the winter spirits by ringing the bells while marching around the fountains. A tradition that I really can't wait to witness myself. We're now moving to the upper half of this list of the top 10 villages of Switzerland. Number 5 is one of the most typical Alpine villages here, and that would be Kremenz. Welcome to what I consider being the Zermatt minus the Matterhorn and tourists. Facing a lot of competition from other attractive tourist centers nearby, Kremenz is somewhat lucky of having been able to remain very original and quiet. Kremenz is one of the most photogenic villages, and no doubt it has one of the prettiest alleys of all of Switzerland. In here you can find plenty of masterpieces of traditional wooden houses. What makes this village especially attractive are the many flowers in front of the windows. This is something that is very stereotypical for the canton of Valais. Very charming is also the creek that is passing through the village, and a beautiful
this would be great for photos.
showcase traditional technology of hydropower. Definitely, Kremenz is one of my very favorite villages in all of Switzerland.
A lot of people.
Number 4 is where I'm standing here right now, and that is amazing Lauterbrunnen.
The waterfall, yeah. This one is famous.
Located in the valley of 72 waterfalls, this region has been attracting plenty of tourists over the past decades. Lauterbrunnen is the most known village in this wonderful valley. It's a place to go for capturing this iconic view. Just in the background drops the Staubbachfall, which gives Lauterbrunnen its unique appearance and explains why this village has become an Instagram hotspot. The name Lauterbrunnen has a very interesting meaning. It's translated as plenty of fountains, which couldn't be any more accurate to describe this heavenly valley. Some people actually consider this place being heaven on earth. Besides exploring this wonderful village, there are a couple of great activities that you can do around here. For example, you can go to the Trümmelbach Fall, which is quite a highlight. As these masses of water drop within the rocks, I consider it being the most unique waterfall of Switzerland. I highly recommend to go up to Wengen, as from there you can get an even better impression of this magical valley. And of course, let's not forget about visiting some of the peaks. And here we are really talking about the world famous ones. It's very nice to spend your day up on the Schildholm. This place was featured in James Bond on Her Majesty's Secret Service, my personal favorite Bond movie, as the plot takes place almost entirely in Switzerland. And then there's the iconic Jungfrau Joch. It's often named the top of Europe as it's the highest train station that can be visited on the continent.
I did not know that.
We're now moving up to the podium. Number 3 is located in the French-speaking part of Switzerland.
I want to know what his number 1 and 2 is going to be, because, like, dude, this could easily be number 1, easily, for me. So let's see what number 2 and 1 is.
Right in the wine terraces, and that is magical Epes. Epes is what I consider Switzerland's luckiest village. Located in the Swiss Riviera, Epes is right in the heart of the wine terraces, the Lavaux. From there you have a fantastic view on Lake Geneva and the Alps. Basically, Epes just sits in a perfect location. The village of Epes appears very humble, while it makes one of Switzerland's best photo spots. This village is best to be visited on sunny days from late spring until golden autumn. Then you can see the colors of the vineyards, flashy green during summer and golden yellow during October-November. Epes marks a perfect starting point should you choose to go for a hike in this magical landscape. These trails offer definitely some of the prettiest views that you could get in this country. As Epes is embedded into the Lavaux, it is no surprise that this village's economy primarily is based on the production of wines. Yes, this region produces some of Switzerland's best wines, and thus I highly recommend you to have a glass should you come up here. The many colorful houses of Epes are very pretty, it's definitely going to be a very enjoyable walk along the main street. Just don't forget to once in a while take a look down.
This is very beautiful. When it gets to, being orange rather than green, it's very beautiful.
To the lake, else you might really miss out some great views. Number 2 is located in northern Switzerland, and that is this beautiful medieval village called Stein am Rhein. Like Saint-Ursanne, Stein am Rhein holds the legal status of being a city, but more likely appears as a village. With roughly 3,000 inhabitants, Stein am Rhein is rather small, and yet it's one of the most romantic towns in all of Switzerland. Walking through the main alley, you will notice the many painted houses, of which each one is telling a separate story. Because of this, I would say that Stein am Rhein has the most picturesque center among all of the villages in Switzerland. The medieval vibes are still very present up to this day, and even the culture in here has a lot of influence from the Middle Age. For example, roughly every 5 to 10 years one can watch a spectacle Neue Willi, which is the most told legend of this town. And really amazing is the fact that the center of the village is the stage itself. Then also a must visit are the museum at the Old Abbey or the castle on top of the hill, the Burg Hohenklingen. By the way, my great-great-grandparents were running the restaurant up there more than 100 years ago. There are furthermore many cafes and restaurants in Stein am Rhein where you can see the well-preserved interior of these medieval houses. My signature recommendation is to go taking lunch at the restaurant Rheinfels. They serve delicious fish. However, don't forget to make a reservation there. It's actually a very popular place. For those of you who enjoy swimming, I would suggest to go for a swim in the Rhine River. It's really stunning to see the old houses passing from the river's perspective. And don't forget about a boat tour up to Lake Constance. The landscape around here is actually very beautiful. Before I'm revealing to you the most beautiful village of Switzerland, here are a few top honorable mentions. Evolin in the Val d'Aran.
Oh yeah, this is nice.
Erlenbach im Simmental. Foroglio in the Val Bavona.
This is beautiful! This should have been on the list. I don't care, this should have been on the list.
Saint-Saphorin in the Lavaux. And beautiful Blatten im Lötschental.
Get away.
And now I'm revealing you the number 1 among these top 10 villages of Switzerland. Number 1 goes to the amazing and alluring village called Morcote. Morcote just sits in the perfect location at the bottom of the peninsula at the end of Lake Lugano. This village lays in one of the most beautiful regions of Switzerland. In Morcote one can already feel that Italy is very near. This village has quite some similarities with the ones around Lake Como. Walking through the narrow alleys or on the beautiful promenade along the lake, Morcote feels very calm and relaxing. As Morcote is built at the hill, it's definitely a must to climb further up as the view is only getting better and better.
Right.
Midway to the top there is this beautiful pilgrimage church, the Maria del Sasso, which is very eye-catching from the outside as well as from the interior. Further up there are some lookout points with breathtaking views over the village and Lake Lugano. Don't forget to pay a visit to the monumental cemetery. It's very beautiful. And moreover, this place is very peaceful. Also great is to take the path of the cross on your way downhill, as it's quite a beautiful trail.
It is beautiful. It actually does remind me a lot of Italy. I don't know much about Italy, but based on everything you see in movies and stories and all these things, this is literally a description of what Italy would look like.
Morcote is a true hidden gem and a place full of surprises. A must-visit is the Parco Scerar, which is a beautiful botanical garden. As you're walking through the park, you're taken on a journey through the different cultures of the world. There are various temples such as Thai, Greek, ancient Egyptians or even Indian ones. Full of such treasures, this garden is a true mini paradise. Morcote is also a great place for foodies. In here you can taste the delicious flavors of the local Ticinese cuisine. My recommendations
Is that an octopus?
are seafood, vitello tonato, of course polenta, and for dessert, sabaglione, an alcohol-based dessert. It's just delicious. With all these great things that Morcote has to offer, I guess this place very well deserves to rank first on this top 10 list. Morcote unites all things one would appreciate. It's calm, it lays by the lake, it's surrounded by a great panorama, the houses are very beautiful and there are many great viewpoints, and it's just a very romantic place.
Yeah, it's amazing.
These were the top 10 most beautiful villages of Switzerland. Let me know down in the comments.
He definitely did the right thing with number 1. Number 2 and number 3, I don't think they beat number 4 for me. For me, I don't think so. But it was his selection, so but he says if you disagree, let him know. So I think that number 4 should have been in second place. That's what I think, right? But that's what I would choose, you know. But you guys can let me know how you like this order. I think these villages were absolutely beautiful and different. That's the main thing that stood out, the difference between all these villages. Like, you'd imagine they would have a lot in common, but they didn't. Probably just that they're beautiful, but they didn't have a lot in common. Some were by lakes, some were by the mountains, some were below the mountain, some were on the mountain, some were at the top of the mountain, some were in the mid section of the mountains. It was in the valley, on the flat. The mountain is just totally away from it. Like, you had waterfall, you had lake. It was very, 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 very different. So I really enjoyed this video. It was quite beautiful. I think Switzerland is underrated. I'm willing to give Switzerland underrated because I didn't know these things about Switzerland until I started to learn about Switzerland, you know, through these videos. So I think Switzerland is very much underrated. So thank you guys for watching this video. As usual, I'm out of here. Peace.